Good morning. I'm Dr. Robert. This morning, on 5-ish Minutes with Dr. Robert, the subject is cosmic evolution. It's curious to me that both modern physics and classical Indian physics, at least classical Indian physics as described in the widely popular Sankhya Darshana, darshana meaning both literally a way of seeing things and figuratively a philosophy, that both modern physics and the Sankhya Darshana are of the opinion that the universe as we see it came originally from an infinitesimal, dimensionless point called a singularity, and from that infinitesimal, dimensionless point, the entire experience of reality as we know it today has emerged. Both agree that that emergence occurred in a moment. In modern physics, it's regarded as being a trillionth of a second, and that the expansion was trillions of times from that infinitesimality to the stage where it began to expand at a more experiential kind of rate. It's interesting to me that although both agree that the universe originated in this singularity, the concept of modern physics limits itself to the idea that this singularity was composed of energy and that this energy expanded, and the energy as it expanded transformed itself into matter, and energy and matter have continued to interact ever since. And as a result of their interaction, in some way, by some method that has not been explained, and I think will, in my opinion, possibly will never be explained rather than by some tautological means, by some means that's unexplained and possibly will never be explained, consciousness somehow arose from matter and energy. For me, it's much more believable to think along the lines of the Sankhya philosophy, which says that originally it was consciousness that was present, consciousness that had no limitations, that had no qualities, no attributes, no characteristics, nothing other than the reality of being aware of its awareness, and as it is sometimes described, being aware of the fact that there was reality, satyam, truth, in that awareness, that there was a natural symmetry and harmony in that, or rhythm in that awareness, that in the singularity was potential only and has manifested itself thereafter. That would be Ratam. And Brihat, something that had the potential to expand itself dramatically, that it was vast. So from the Sankhya point of view, consciousness started from this potential of being real, of having harmony and rhythm, and of being potentially vast, and has expanded itself into vastness that displays a cosmic rhythm, a set of cosmic rhythms, and has continued to be real. Modern physics, on the other hand, has worked in the direction of that reality expanding itself in a material, energetic way until somehow perception dawned. To me, it's easier to grasp the concept that there is perception that is present everywhere, and that matter and energy have occurred as a result of consciousness progressively interfering with itself. Buckminster Fuller described a knot as a self-interfering pattern. And I like to think of the development of matter and energy being self-interfering patterns that have interfered with one another to such a degree that they become progressively denser and solider and more difficult of expressing themselves in the way that something that is less dense and less material can express itself. So even rocks possess a certain kind of awareness from the Indian perspective, a very, 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 very slow awareness, one that is limited by this structure of self-interference that has developed over many, many, many billions of years. And it is, I feel, a very useful way to look at reality to think that there is awareness in everything, and that it is beneficial for us as the species on Earth that, so far as we can tell, is the most aware, that we should expand our awareness and appreciate the awareness of everything in our environment instead of simply thinking of it, as it is so tempting to do when one is focused only on the matter and energy aspects of things, instead of thinking of everything that is not us as being objects that we can manipulate. I think it's better that when you already have a certain consciousness in yourself and an awareness that there's consciousness everywhere, that it becomes much easier to appreciate the fact that it is wise to behave judiciously with everything in your environment so that that environment will behave judiciously with you. This is Dr. Robert, wishing you all a very judicious experience of reality.